Educator society in Sri Lanka. So I would like to introduce myself in that way. So today, when I traveling from my home here, I have seen one of the sayings says, grow more, grow the roots before you chase the heights. I think it speaks more because we have to see the problem. I think that in the introductory session, they have introduced some of the things. Only 1% of the population is enjoying and others are struggling. So what's the root cause for that? So that's why I am just showing the different photographs here. You can see, I think, on the left top side, that is international school. So it shows that whether you can discuss about whether we are having equal rights in the field of education. The second is showing about the Colombo city school. The third one says left on the right on the downside, you can see a school from a village. This photo is taken by me. So this shows, you see, whether we are talking about the equal rights, the human rights, everything. I think that is one of the good evidence to see. So there are other information here that I can share with you. Yes, this shows, I think that this is more than the explanation. The discrimination is now a human right. So how we can solve this problem? So we are talking about the equal opportunity, equity in the field of education. So within short period. So now I am visiting the schools as a supervisor from University of Peradeniya and National University of National Institute of Education, Colombo, and other organization to supervise the teaching ability of the teachers. So some of the teachers, yes, I have selected some of the slides they are forwarding with me. The first one is the principal saying, now we need 5 teachers for English, but there is only 1 teacher available now. It's a big question. Another one is saying there is no laboratory facilities for AL students. Now we are talking about the STEM that will be going to introduce in future. Right? There are you can see some of the examples here. Can you go down? Yes. One of the lady teacher is showing, telling that our problem is supply of water. There are about 750 girls in our school. So how can they manage without supplying of the water? The last one you can see that is my experience. I am teaching ICT and other subjects by using blackboards. So how we can improve the quality of education, this is a big question. So here I am saying that mid-2025, Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amrose stated that there is currently a shortage of 40,000 teachers across the country. So this shows whether we are maintaining the equal rights, the rights of the child. So I think this is a very good example to discuss further. Then the another one is that already Sri Lanka has signed with the international agreement, convention. So one is talking about state parties recognize the rights of the child to education and with a view to achieving the rights of progressively and on the basis of equal opportunity. Can you go down, please? Yes, based on equal opportunity talk about. And another one is encourage the development of different forms of secondary education, including general and vocational education, make them available and accessible to every child. It's a big question. Okay, so human rights of the child, where are we? So that's why I'm saying that already I mentioned that we have to see the root causes of the problem. So we should see the foundation, as you mentioned earlier. So 1% of the population is enjoying. The rest of nearly 90% of the population is struggling for 3 meals, a day there are 3 meals. So those are the things that we have to see, that are unseen problem that should be considered when we are discussing the human rights. So I think that is, after 97 especially, the Sri Lankan government is following new liberalism policy in the economic, politics and society. These are root cause. So that is the main reason for this problem, not only the education, even the hygiene, medicine, everything. Okay, another one is this government is following the capitalist mode of production and the approach in education. These are some more things we have to discuss in this field. Next one, I would like to go to the next one. So now I am searching everywhere. I think after the new reforms, most of the university staff questioning about what is the policy of Sri Lankan education. This is a big question. I am searching for several years, so searching what is the real policy of Sri Lankan education. So Sri Lankan policy is in question. For an example, in 2020-2030 policy framework, it is talk about the framework, but not actually saying what is the policy is. So if we make a very good decision in relation to the education, that means the policy, so it will motivate all the people to focus on. So I don't think that it says a different thing. The responsibility of the national education system is produce good citizen. Okay, nice to say. Actively meaningful and contribute countries' deployment. Yes, everything stated in the report. I am searching all that, what is the framework is talking about the policy of Sri Lanka in relation to education. I can't find that. I can't find that. Again, I went to the 2023 and 2030, yes. 23 and 2023 and 2033. So it's talk about it. The overall goal of the National Education Policy Framework is also sustainable, enhance the access, quality, relevance, and digital transformation. But as I mentioned earlier, what the teachers are saying and what the principals are saying, even the children. So it's focusing on non-state partnership, including public, private, and partnership. So that's the intention. So privatization of the education. So how can we maintain what we gained in 1945, free education? This is a big question. So in this report, it mentioned, that means Education Policy Framework 2023 is mentioning whatever the preschool education, early childhood education, it mentioning that the report says lack of coordination among agencies. The violation is there. Lack of facility for legal enforcement. This is talking about the preschool education, especially Sri Lanka has signed the convention, early childhood care and development. And again, it says the inadequate focus on holistic nature of early childhood education is another thing. Inadequate focus on holistic nature of early childhood education. The final one is very important. Inequalities in access and enrollment. This is one of the problems faced in preschool education. Next. So it continues. What about the primary and secondary education? Report says the share of public investment in general education have been decreasing as the governments. Another one is the categorization of the school as national and provincial has made a vast disparity, attributing the varying facilities and resources. This shows going against the human rights. Another one is they pointing out prevalence of the digital divide and digital inequality across Sri Lanka. They say there is no, some of the schools there is no internet connection for getting the information. About tertiary education, it's mentioned in the report. The investment in the entirely supply driven. That's why there's no quality is not maintained. So I'd like to show some of the example too. It is computer literacy rate in Sri Lanka. So overall in Sri Lanka it says 2021 it is 34.3 and in 2023 it is 39. But if the sector, especially urban, rural, I already I mentioned the state sector, who contributed a lot in when they introduced the free education in 1945. It is, you can see that the difference, it is 17.9. So how can you maintain the quality or equality for all the people, students? Another one is the equality is a dream. According to the circular number 1 of 2025, these are the categories of the school. Congenial schools, so more congenial schools and congenious schools, not difficult schools, and very difficult schools. It shows the difference. So what are the criteria they have used for selecting? That means categorize the school. Availability of basic facilities, drinking water, electricity, telephone and library. This good indicator shows there is a vast difference between the schools. I think this is very important. It should be seen when you are talking about the quality and equality or the rights of the child. There are other indicators I don't like to mention, you can see here. There are 8 categories they are mentioning to categorize these schools. The first one is very important. The availability of basic drinking water, electricity, telephone and library.
Mr. Rajendran, for the best interest of time, if you could kindly speed up, I think I can move to the next panelist.
Okay. So I would like to talk about the type of school. I think very fast we can show there are different type of schools. Go to the next one, please. So there are categories. There are international schools. This is for your discussion. There are 391 students. There are 391 schools, international schools. And the other categories: national schools, provincial schools, 1MB schools, 1C schools, type 2 schools, and type 3 schools. What this category says? Are we having an equal rights for the children? Another thing is I am mentioning here the plantation schools. Outside the school, there are about 40,000 students, and inside the that means the plantation, there are nearly 167 and 2,000. That much of amount students are there. In all of Sri Lanka, the bioscience is available only in 966 schools. So I am fast. Okay. Another one is very important. So the president confirmed the decision we did to close some schools, merge others, and open new schools in different areas. So I think that there will be nearly 1,500 schools will be closed because there are schools with less than 50 students. So if we talk about that, the closing of schools, there are less than 50 students, northern province 276, and central nearly about 240 schools. So this is time consuming, but however, new education reforms proposal is talking about STEM, science, yes, technology, engineering, mathematics, whatever the child. So it's talk about the equal opportunity of the students. This is a big question. So thank you very much. We think that we should see the things that means in the foundation. What is the problem is? Then only we can find the solution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rajendran.